Hey everybody, this is Chris, and today we are going to show you how to make your gimbal dampers so they don't stick anymore, and then how to switch them should you choose to switch them around. Now, I have to just go ahead and just say, I don't know what to tell you about switching them. I don't know if you should switch them or if you should not switch them. And I want to make all this clear so there's not a whole bunch of comments. We'll go through the history. Originally, they installed them one way, and then they said they were installed the wrong way. So then all they did is they took the ones from the back, they put them in the front. They put the ones from the front and put them in the back because the orientation is different from front to back. They're two different sets in the front and the back. So then they did that, and they said, if you want this done, you just send it to us and we'll take care of it, and then we'll send it back to you. And now they're saying, don't even worry about it. The new firmware takes care of all the jello. Well, I'm already seeing people say that it's not taking care of the jello. So I'm only putting this video out there for those who think they really need to switch theirs around. I just can't tell you if the old way or the new way is the right way. So put up a picture here on the screen real quick and show you the old way versus the new way. And the new way is the way we're going to be switching them on this one here. So just take a look at that picture and you can clearly see how they were originally. And then you can see now how they are currently. So that's how we're going to do it in this video. We're just going to switch it over to the new way. And we're also I'm going to show you how I got rid of all the stickiness on mine. These are 100% stick free. They don't stick at all. And Autel is also now saying that that's not a problem. It will have no effect on the way the gimbal sticks, will have no effect in your flights whatsoever. They're saying it's impossible for it to stick during flight. But if you put the gimbal the gimbal cover on, it pushes the gimbal back enough to where they're stuck. When you take that cover off, they're stuck. You have to make sure they're not stuck before you go and fly. You're out there flying around in wind and this thing's whipping around, that gimbal does move a good bit. They're going to stick. I've had video where my video is just really wavy and shaky, and I know it's because my gimbal was sticking. So I think it's a problem. I think total bullshit for them to say it is not a problem. So we're going to just show you how to resolve that with what I'm doing. And all I did is I didn't use talc. I used basically, it's a talc-free baby powder. And you'll see it here in the video. I'll show you exactly how I do it. We'll put them back in and I'll show you that they're not sticking. So it works perfectly fine for me. How long it'll hold up, I don't know, but you can simply just put some on a Q-tip and then reapply it. And should it be a problem, just reapply it that way and you should be okay. But that's my solution. You guys can use anything you want to use. There's tons of people leaving comments about use this, use that. That's up to you. Use whatever you want to use. I'm showing you what I'm using, what I'm comfortable using. There's other things I could have used, but this is what I chose. And that's it. So we're going to show you how to switch these around and show you how to make them so they don't stick. And then what you do from here on out, that's strictly up to you. So watch the video, and hopefully, if needed, this is something that helps you. So enjoy the video. Okay, so once again, what we're going to do is we're going to take the gimbal dampers from the front and put them in the back. And then we're going to take the ones from the back and put them in the front. And you can see the way these are turned. Well, the ones in the front are the opposite. So that's how they're doing the new models. All they're doing is taking the front dampers, putting them in the back, putting the back ones in the front. And like I said before, they said they were installed wrong, and now they're saying don't worry about it. I really don't think Autel knows what's going on. I really don't know that this will make a difference whatsoever. I think the bigger issue is how they stick. If you see how simple that sticks, I don't have to push very hard. If you look down inside there, the way they stick. They say this will not happen in flight. I say bullshit. And I'll show you the front ones when we get the cover off. So all we're doing is taking the top cover off. We're going to remove 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. You can have this cover off very quickly. Autel will never know you had the cover off. There's no warranty seals or anything. There's absolutely no way for them to know you have been in here and done this. The only way they will know is if you break something. So you got to be very careful. The cover just snaps right off. Once you remove the screws, this is a very easy quad to take apart. Alright, so if you look right here and here, you'll see the seam. There's a little seam there and there. I'm just going to put my finger in that seam and I'm going to push and you'll see it come apart. Like so. And then we're just going to continue to lift it off and it'll unsnap from the back to the front. Just like that. Okay, put that aside. So now if you look in the front, our dampers are turned the other way and they're even closer, but they stick as well. Now, if you're out there in a lot of wind or whatever, these are gonna move. They'll stick. Autel says they won't. Again, I say bullshit. I think they will. So we're going to be very careful and we're going to remove these two gimbal dampers and then we are going to remove the bottom back ones as well. So first, let's bear with me guys. I'm going to try to keep this as close as possible so you guys can see as I do it, but right here I just want to give you a good look. Okay. There's your gimbal damper. Probably easier if I give you a white background. When we're looking down through the quad. So we'll keep a piece of paper there. But all I'm going to do, you got to be very careful with all your ribbon cables. I'm not going to unhook anything. I'm just going to hold this. You don't want to use anything sharp. I'm using a screwdriver. Yes, a screwdriver can be sharp, but I'm going to be careful with this. And let's turn it so I can see. We're simply going to just slide it up out of its track, like that. We're going to go to the other side. This is where you got to be very careful with the ribbon cable. We're going to get in there and get under the track and just kind of slide it up and we're out. So from there, try again, make it so you guys can see. It just loops around. It's just a rubber band, loops around. You can see right there. I'm just going to come up and then around. That's all that is. It's just a little band. So we're going to do the same here. Pull it, go up and around. Real simple. So now we are unhooked, so we want to be careful. Flip it upside down. And now we're going to take these ones from the back and we're just going to slide them down out of their tracks. I got to be careful because I want to be able to help you guys see, but I need to be careful so I don't damage mine. So we'll do this one over here. You can see I'm just going to go over the top into the back and then slide it out of its track like that. And then we're going to go and do the same to this one. Go inside the track and then just kind of slide down. And we're out. Take it off. Same thing. we're going to slide up. Let me hold this very carefully, and so you can see, I'm just going to stretch over the top and then come off the bottom. Okay, look how these stick. Completely stuck. They just fold up. Again, Autel says this is not a problem. I say it is. So I'm going to fix it, and we're going to show you how in this video. So these ones here are going to be in the back now, and then these ones will go to the front. So let's take the other one off. Same method, just stretch it over the top and then come over the bottom. Okay, so now let's get rid of all the stickiness from them. And let's put this aside a little bit, and then the way I'm going to do it here is I simply have some baby powder. People say use talc. There's all kinds of comments as to what people say to use, but I am using baby powder. I've already done this and it works. It works perfectly. So I'm going to put it in here so it's not a mess and just shake it up. Want to get it all inside of them. Get this away while the dust settles. Okay, pair of tweezers. After doing this, they will not stick at all. So I'm just going to put them in my hand, get some of the excess off, just like that. Get it off this piece of paper here. Okay, so move all these, let them lay flat, and I'll show you they don't stick. Squeeze it hard. Don't stick. You can feel a total difference in them. So I've already done that on the other quad, and it's working. So now we're going to make it so our back gimbal dampers are not side to side anymore. Now they're going to be hanging, and that is this one. Yeah. So let's put, no, that's not the right one. It's this one. I got them mixed up after I put them on in the powder, but hopefully you can see this good still. I want to try and keep a white background there so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just taking that little bottom loop and putting it on here. So I'm simply going to hook it on the bottom. And then we're just going to stretch over the top, just like that. Okay? It's just stretched over it. And the next one is this one, and these go in the front. So let's put this one over the bottom, stretch it over the top, and it's done. Okay, so now I can flip it over, and before I put them in the back tracks, I want to get the front done because it's easier when the way I have the more space to pull up, because these are hard. The front ones aren't as easy as the back. Actually, the powder does help though. It does make them go on easier. When they're sticky, they don't go back on good. Okay, there we go. So we're just going to do the same thing. This has got a lot smaller area to work with, and it's a lot harder for me to do this and try to keep it on camera. But we're just going to hook the bottom and then hook the top. And then we want to make sure we are fully on it, because this one is a little bit smaller of an area to grab onto. Okay, we're in there. And they're not sticking. Now this one, hook it on the bottom. Slide it up, and we're on. Okay, so you can see it's about as good a view as I can give you guys, so hopefully you can see it good. So now we got to go down inside this track. I'm using a screwdriver. You got to be careful not to puncture, but I'm just simply kind of just sliding each side into that, squeezing it into that track. Once I get it in that track, then I can kind of push it down with the screwdriver, like so. Get the other side. Trying to keep it turned. It's a little awkward from this angle. I might have to turn it because this is a very awkward. It's easier if it's facing me. But then I can't hold it the way I need to. And keep my hand out of your all's way. But doing the best I can here, guys. There we go. So you can see I'm not all the way in. I'm in, but I went too far with my loop. So we can simply kind of stretch it and just pull that through. It doesn't hurt to give it a little stretch, and now we're in. Okay, so you can see we are not sticking. We're in. Everything looks good. Now let's flip it over. Well, actually, we're going to do it from this way. I want to do it so you guys can see. Hopefully this is where you can see down inside good. We're going to just go right into this track, just like we did on the front. Same type of track. And we're in. And then the back one, the powder actually does help make it go in a lot easier than when they're all sticky. And we're in. And I'll bring it up close to the camera and show you. A little look down inside. They're in. And then I like to just give them a little stretch, just to make sure that we are fully seated. And I know there's been comments that I wouldn't stretch those like that. They have a tensile strength. They can handle it. But important thing is nothing is sticking. Now they're the opposite. We're hanging in the back. And then we have side sway in the front. Again, I'm not sure that this makes any difference. I don't think Autel knows what they're talking about. I think we're just testing new theories for them. and that's about it. So that's how you switch them around. That's how you do the powder method like I did, and they do not stick at all this way. And like I said, they can't tell you've been in here and done this. So if you want to do your own, do it your way. That's perfectly fine, as long as you know you're taking the risk and you feel confident in doing so. Just keep in mind, if you break something like this ribbon cable, any of this cable here, these parts aren't available, and then you're in trouble. So I'll even do it for you. If you want to send it to me to do it, I work on repair. I work on drones all the time. If you want to send it to me, I'll charge you a very minimal fee of like, I don't know, 10, 20 bucks. Do it for you and send it right back to you. So that's up to you. I wish I could do it all for free for everybody, but I can't. You know, my time does have a little bit of value to it. Okay, so let's put the cover on, and I just want to show you guys, make sure your cables aren't looped here. Make sure they're right here. Do not push them down inside this opening here. So make sure your cable is back here, no loop or anything. And then you really want to watch this flex cable right here. You want to make sure it's clear, it's not sticking out anywhere. And then the same goes for this side. Make sure that we're pulled back, because when you put your battery in, it'll hit those wires. So let's focus on this side here first, and just make sure that we are clear on that flex cable. Get that side to snap. Line the front up first so it snaps. There we go. Okay. Get the bottom here snapped all the way around. And get the back here to snap. Okay. And then we put the 4 screws back in and we're done. So I'll end it while I'm putting these back in and just say, again, this is something that I don't know if it is the fix or not, but Autel originally said it was. Then they went and changed their mind and said it doesn't matter. They say the sticky gimbal dampers don't matter, that it's not a problem. They say everything is fixed in the firmware. I disagree. I think these are issues that should be addressed, especially the sticky dampers. And I will note that the way they have them now is not the way DJI does it. The original way that they had them is how the Mini 2 are, and they seem to work fine that way. So I think what I just did right here might not be all that necessary, especially now that they're saying it doesn't matter. But they've done a really good job at confusing things, telling everybody we installed them wrong, this is how they're supposed to go, and then it doesn't matter. They keep changing their story. The whole thing's just kind of sketchy. So there you have it. Gimbal dampers all changed around, and my suggestion would be keep an eye on it, see how it's doing for other people, and decide how you want yours to be. But as for the stickiness, I highly recommend you use whatever you want to use on that, but you can see clearly mine do not stick. Just took a little bit of powder. And then later on, if I need to add more, I can just put it on a Q-tip and then get a little more powder back on there. So I think it's going to be okay. And that's it. So thank you guys for watching. Thumbs up on your way out. And if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. And as always, hit the bell for future content and notification. And we'll catch you on the next one. Peace and love.